Do you know how many hours you spend on your phone every day? For many of us, it's probably more than we'd like to admit. One 25-year-old in Tokyo, Shoki Moriyama, clocks in about 8 hours daily. He says he needs it to navigate the information wars. It sounds intense, but he's not alone. This is a reality for a generation that can't imagine life without constantly scrolling. In Japan, this issue has gotten so serious that some authorities are stepping in. The town of Toyoake recently introduced a measure to limit its residents' phone use to just 2 hours a day. There are no penalties, but the goal is to make people think about the physical and psychological toll of being online all the time, especially on sleep and well-being. So, what happens when you actually try to stick to a 2-hour limit? The Guardian challenged a few young people in their 20s, including Shoki, to find out. The results were a mix of success and failure. Shoki spends his usual 8 hours on apps like Line, TikTok, Instagram, and X. He said 2 hours felt way too short to stay up to date. But he managed to cut his screen time down to 1 hour and 50 minutes. What did he do with all that extra time? He read a book, studied, and even hit the gym. He felt his day wasn't wasted at all. His colleague, Tomomi Haneoka, also took the challenge. She usually spends about 3 hours on her phone on weekdays, but that number jumps to 6 or 7 on weekends. Like Shoki, she found 2 hours to be very short, suggesting most people probably need at least 3 or 4. Still, she successfully kept her usage within the limit and used the freed up time to read and do other things. Then there's Yuri, who had already tried to limit her phone time for exams by hiding apps and setting locks. She uses her phone for everything from social media and recipes to studying. But too much screen time gives her headaches and tired eyes, so she knows the downside. Of course, the Toyoake ordinance wasn't without controversy. Many residents complained, accusing the government of interfering in their private lives. But the mayor, Masafumi Koki, defended the move. He was worried that young people were sacrificing sleep and family time for their phones. He clarified that the point wasn't to strictly enforce a 2-hour rule. It was to make people stop and think about their own usage. If hearing 2 hours makes you question your habits, then it's working, and the statistics back up his concerns. A recent survey found that young Japanese people spend an average of over 5 hours a day online on weekdays. A university student named Aya spends even more regularly, hitting 8 hours. She couldn't quite get down to 2 hours, but just being aware of the challenge made a huge difference. She managed to cut her screen time by about 60%, which felt significant. Interestingly, Aya supports the Toyoake initiative, and she thinks the lack of penalties is actually its biggest strength. She says it's meaningful because you have to set your own rules and think concretely about your daily habits. And what did she discover? She didn't miss the hours she used to spend aimlessly scrolling. Instead, she spent more time enjoying conversations and noticing the world around her. In her words, it made her day feel more meaningful. This is exactly what the mayor of Toyoake hoped for. He said it's all about sleep, family, and well-being. So, it's not about a strict 2-hour rule. Maybe it's about taking a moment to look up from our screens and reconnect with the world and the people right in front of us. What do you think? Could you limit your phone time to 2 hours a day? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.